Welcome to the second part of our Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy Let's Play.
Ooh.
It's Crash Bandicoot 2! Cortex Strikes Back!
Yeah, what he said. So, Crash Bandicoot 2 was released 1 year after the first Crash. It is a significant improvement in pretty much every way, and just like the first game, we are going to see the original game's title screen. I have this title screen pretty much burned into my brain.
Old school PlayStation again.
I mean, come on, Naughty Dog. Do you really have to show off that much?
Always.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. Press start to begin.
Ooh.
And yes, as we saw in the intro there was Crash riding a jetpack. By the end of this LP, we will see Crash riding a jetpack.
Okay. Alright, so it's not Chekhov's gun.
And another important thing, this game actually kind of has a story.
What, really?
Yeah. So I have to emphasize the sort of part, but it does have one.
You can't see my air quotes, but sort of.
Crystals. Of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Crash! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
So this marks the official introduction for Coco in the Crash series. When Coco was revealed as a playable character in the Sane Trilogy, there were many, many, many jokes about how she could finally get her own goddamn batteries, thank you very much. Anyway, this is a small little tutorial section. In the original, you could actually skip this entirely just by skipping the opening cutscene. And oh boy, this looks like a lot of boxes. I guess we should show off one of Crash's new moves! It's a body slam. You jump and then press B or circle in midair. A lot of the new moves that Crash has in this game are circle button related.
So all context sensitive.
Yeah, I also spent a lot of time as a kid trying to get past this warp gate here. You can't, there's nothing behind it. This will be an end and try. What was that?
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
Crash Bandicoot 2 introduces the formula that pretty much every Crash game for the next decade would do. You unlock levels 5 at a time. You can play them in any order. Grab a crystal in each. And then you unlock a boss fight. Usually there's 25 levels. We're going to take advantage of this new structure by going to level 2 first.
Oh no!
And This is a first for Crash. This obviously is a snow level. And right off the bat, we're getting an introduction to one of the new crates in this game. This is the nitroglycerin, or nitro crate. If you touch it at all, it explodes in Crash's dumb face.
So no dodging that.
No, you just have to avoid those crates entirely. Each area also has its like relative equivalent to like the skunk from Crash 1. And in this one, you have penguins and seals. This box looks a little high. Let's show off a new move. You can crouch, and then if you jump while you're standing still and crouching, you do a high jump. I almost said long jump, like this was Mario or something. Although Crash's moveset gets surprisingly complicated. And of course, this being a snow level, plenty of ice physics. I will say that the particular slippery feel of these ice physics is very accurately replicated in the Sane Trilogy.
Yeah, it does look a bit, what's the word I'm looking for here? Harrowing.
And that's our introduction to one of two crush pads. This crush pad will activate as soon as you run under it. You just gotta keep running. Now this is the exit for the secret entrance where we have to get the red gem. And they moved it up a little bit because there's a very famous exploit in the original Crash. You can see the red gem is much further down. And that's because you can actually reach it. I mean, sometimes it takes a little while. But that's another one of Crash's new moves, which is the slide. And if you can combine the slide with the spin and jump, and then belly flop at exactly the right point, you can grab the red gem early.
Huh.
It is not possible to do in the Sane Trilogy, because as you can see a little bit right there, they moved the red gem up by about 10 feet. And hey, look at this. Bonus rooms have their own dedicated maps now, or at least their dedicated sections. And you no longer have to collect those stupid tokens to get them.
Ooh.
It also means that this is the first proper time that boxes in the bonus rooms actually count towards your score. Crash can not only crouch, but he can also crawl. It's very cute. This particular level is burned into my brain as well, because this was actually the very first level of Crash Bandicoot I ever played in any game. When my dad got me a PlayStation at the age of 7, to clarify, I was 7, not my dad. This was, it came with a PlayStation Underground demo disc, and this level was on it. This is the green exclamation mark crate. It's how you destroy the nitro crates.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping that you would bring up that question earlier, but this is a decent segue anyway. But yeah, I forget exactly which issue it was of PlayStation Underground, but it came with this demo disc. There was like Tomb Raider 2, Cool Borders, for some reason Star Wars Masters of Terras Kasi.
Ugh.
Which I absolutely loved as a kid because I only had the demo. Where you could only play as Luke and... Oh, what was her name? There was another character.
I know the character you're talking about, but she's pretty forgettable.
Oh, Arden Lynn. That was her name. Arden Lynn.
That's the one.
So as you can tell, this game and this level in particular have significant emotional importance in my life. And there you go, that is Snow Go. I chose that first because I think it's a pretty good introduction level.
I don't want to know where he was hiding that gem.
So you might remember the dance that Crash did in the Japanese commercials. Naughty Dog apparently really liked it, and they decided to do a variant of it from every game forward.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? Are you there, Crash?
Unfortunately, this cutscene got kind of messed up in the Sane Trilogy. In the original, it's a lot more clear that Coco is hijacking the transmission, trying to get to Crash. I mean, it kind of gets through, but not really. Anyway, you might be wondering about what this weird thing is doing over here. That's because in the original, this is where you saved your game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no more locking saves behind stupid bonus level shit. You can just save any time that you're in the warp room. Makes things so much easier to handle. There actually is a purpose to that particular area of the warp room in the Sane Trilogy, but we're not going to see that this video.
So, Turtle Woods is the real first level, I'm assuming.
Yes. And, you know, Cortex said to bring us the crystals. He didn't say anything about crates. I don't know. Crash is tired. He broke all those boxes in the first game. I'm just going to go through this level without breaking any crates. It just seems like the right thing to do.
Leave nature as you found it, crates and all.
And go through every patch of quicksand. So yeah, we will be playing through this level twice. For reasons that will become obvious later. This is a new type of enemy. You have to jump on its back, because it hurts you if you approach it from the side.
Spiky turtle.
And I specifically remember those blue birds from the original. Those were like signposts that they would use for these types of areas. We're getting to the point where I have to point out which graphical details were added and which were already in the game.
Oh, the original games were pretty expressive, as far as I remember anything about them, which isn't much, granted.
I sure hope I don't get attacked going into this. Oh shit, I did!
Oh!
These are mole rats. When you defeated them all, there's a springy mushroom pad that you jump on to get out of the area. I also remember this being a little more chaotic in the original, but maybe that's just because I was a kid and everything seemed better back then. I'm learning to try and temper not just my expectations, but also my comparisons. Just realizing in general that, you know, nostalgia ain't what it used to be, as they say. I mean, there are genuine criticisms to be had of this particular game. Anyway, this is the blue gem. It's what you get for going through the entire level without breaking any boxes. There were no hints that it worked like this in the original. In this game, it gives you a little hint like, oh, be kind to the boxes and earn a special gem.
So some quality of life improvement.
Yeah. The Sane Trilogy changed the dance a bit, but not much.
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals. Yet, you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
If you unlock all 42 gems, I'll give you a secret ending!
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
And now we're gonna go through Turtle Worlds, and this time, no box will be spared. That little stopwatch is... It's a hint to... You've seen it before, but it's a hint to the time trials, which I'll be going over in the next game, because that's when they were properly introduced. We can also use the slide to skip most of the quicksand there. Although it seems to be some sort of muddy water, and in the original I think it was a little more vague. It could look like quicksand because of the lower resolution. That weird thing on the ground, that's probably nothing. What if I belly flop onto it?
Oh.
Yeah, this game gets a lot of the bullshit that you would normally see in the first Crash game out of the way early. There are very few sections in the rest of the game that are like that.
So I'm going to assume this isn't considered a bonus area.
Well, no, it's a secret area, and the crates count towards your crate total.
Gotcha.
And also, a while back there, we saw another new enemy, the Vulture. We'll be seeing a bit more of that enemy later. Also, these ostriches are not enemies, but they are obstacles. And now, normally, I wouldn't be able to get these anymore. However, Vicarious Visions intentionally brought back the slide, spin, jump exploit that I mentioned earlier. They broke their engine to make that happen.
So it's there, you just can't use it to reach that red gem.
Well, yeah, they moved the red gem. It's unfortunate, but I can at least kind of understand why they did it. This is another move, the slide jump. It's kind of like Mario's long jump in Super Mario 64 onwards. You just slide and then jump to get some extra height and extra speed. And all of this is on one button. There's actually a second input for that. If you don't want to use the circle button, like jump back and forth, you can also use the R1 or right bumper. It does the same thing.
So very clean, very easy controls.
Yeah. You do not know how much I was tempted to just use all of Crash's moves instantly rather than slowly introducing them.
There really isn't anything stopping you from doing that.
No. Only my sense of good taste, I guess, in trying to make an LP that's cohesive. Now, there is a move that can actually, or you can use the slide spin jump glitch to skip these fights altogether. Again, that was an exploit from the original that was deliberately brought over to the Sane Trilogy. And just like before, we are also going to be seeing some bonus content. There won't be bonus content at the end of every video, but I'm trying to spread them out a bit more. Because last time they all sort of got dumped towards the beginning, and yeah, uneven distribution. Anyway, so as for our bonus content, Crash 2 was the first game to properly introduce the angel death animation, and this is what it looked like. There's also a variant on that death animation just for Nitro crates. He's holding a didgeridoo. Now, we picked up the crystal, but let's say that, you know, we're a bit of a rebel. We're not going to listen to Cortex. You can finish the level without picking up a crystal, and this happens.
No, Crash. I said bring me the crystals. Now, get back in there.
Well, that was fun. Let's do that again.
No, Crash. To save the world, I need crystals. Crystals! One more time. They look like this. Crystals, Crash. Go back through one of those doors and bring me crystals!
And if you do it a third time...
Look up at the doorways. There is a big crystal-shaped slot. Fill all 5 crystal slots in this warp room by retrieving 1 crystal from each of the 5 areas. Only after we have filled all of the slots in this room can we continue on our quest. This is the last time I remind you.
He's really insisting.
Yeah, there's a trophy for doing that in the Sane Trilogy. It's called Cortex Infuriated. There are also 2 other Easter eggs that I forgot to put in. I'm just realizing that now. The first one, if you look at the bit of rocky asteroid, I guess, that is orbiting the Cortex Vortex at the beginning cutscene, that asteroid has the Naughty Dog paw print on it.
Huh.
And the second one is not actually in any of my footage because it is exclusive to the PlayStation 4 version, this game was a timed exclusive, and came out on PS4 first. But in that version, and in that version only, when you have that overhead shot of Coco playing on her computer, you can actually see it's not just a generic Crash logo like it is in the other versions. It's actually a cutscene from Uncharted 4. Specifically, it's the scene where Nate and Elena are in their living room and they're playing that Boulders level from Crash 1.
Okay, so they had fun with this.
Yeah, it's very cute, but for obvious reasons, they had to remove that from the other versions of the game. So, what do you think of the new and improved Crash Bandicoot?
I like what I'm seeing so far. It's definitely a step in the right direction as far as the moveset is concerned from the original game. We'll see if it holds up, but I like it so far.
And pretty much like up until 2004, 2005, every Crash game had the same formula that Crash 2 established, which can be, it was pretty frustrating for fans towards the mid-2000s. Like, even Crash Bash, the party game spin-off, had a warp room-like area where you would play minigames in the single-player mode. It's a great format, I like it, but it was so overused that people were completely sick of it, and I think that was part of why Crash went through an identity crisis in the mid-2000s and temporarily killed itself off.
Yeah, I mean, you evolve or you go extinct, so kind of makes sense, but as far as a simple introductory to 3D type of game, it works out.
It is, and the fact that, I mean, Crash 1, 2, 3 all came out within a year of each other. It's crazy.